Yes, it looks like it. Okay. Well, welcome SpeedGaming. This one's a really hard one to talk through, commentary-wise.
And to play.
Yes. Like, literally playing and commentating is really hard. So, I think right off the bat, my name is Junkyard Dave, and I run this with my girlfriend, who is who?
Kat Kunoichi.
Yeah. So we're ninth in this so far. It's really a really cool run. Like, in terms of, like, Super Nintendo co-op runs and stuff like that, it's, like, one of the best. Literally, I think the best. So I will try to answer chat. This is really, really hard to do, though. But it is, like, the pinnacle, literally the pinnacle of, like, co-op. It's probably, I think, like, the best one I think we've both ever learned. But thank you guys for the good luck. And Hulk is watching us. He's got, like, the world record in all kinds of categories. No pressure. Yeah. Yeah, what's up first? Okay, so I think we're pretty ready here. So Cat will be Max, I will be Goofy, and I guess we'll count down from 3, 2, 1, and then we'll go. Sound good?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so to explain this one, like, I don't even know, dude. So Goofy has more damage and Max is quicker. So the basic idea behind the co-op run is Goofy will pick up stuff like this hook, and he will literally do things like a long distance, so Max can kind of get through the screen, the beat, as fast as possible. And we can, like, Goofy's gonna hang around by, like, every single, like, screen transition and stuff like that. Max basically walks through everything, and okay. we have a straggler. So this game is really cool, I think, in a couple of different aspects. Oh shit! Shoot!
Dude, please, like, try to be PG.
Yeah. Shoot. But this game is really cool in a couple of different aspects, because when you're playing co-op, you can only have one item at a time. So you'll see later on there's going to be, like, a ton of death abuse. And when one player has, like, a game over, you can actually hold 2 items. So there's going to be a lot of item transferring between 2 players, like, once they die. And then beyond that, this game is, like, horribly RNG heavy. Like, all the bosses are basically RNG. And the end boss in particular, Pete, is probably one of the worst sources of RNG, I think, in, like, any game that I've ever run before. Hulk can probably attest to that. He's very jerkish.
He's a special individual.
Yeah.
Misunderstood for the most part.
Very. So part of this game is puzzles. I think the co-op run is kind of cool because you can just kind of, like, breeze through them. And to make it really simple, every single time that I die with Goofy is intentional. Every single time that Cat dies with Max is unintentional. So.
Thank you for pointing that out.
No problem. But that's a thing. So we have the Jester Hole. This dude sucks. Basically, all these guys can pop up. They can hold a barrel, they can hold a bomb, they can hold these spiky things. What they hold is random. How far they, how soon they go back into, like, this hole. Yeah, like, how soon they go back into the hole is random. Sometimes they pop up really fast, sometimes they don't. So easily one of the better bosses in this entire game. But
It's the second time I catch myself splitting.
Whatever. Okay, so my lives are okay.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm not used to you dying at all, literally. So we'll have, like, the first item transfer when it comes to deaths here. Coming up and not this screen. Like, see, look, the game's taking care of you.
Yeah, but, like, don't say it out loud, because, like, you never know what happens.
Yeah, okay, so if you watch the items in the top left corner, you see the hook gets transferred to Cat because I'm dead now. So this is really cool. I like this mechanic quite a bit. And you can see I died on that screen because when she picks up this key, I'll push start, and then I get the key, and then she gets the hook, so the items get, like, split up again. And there's some very cool item transfers, mainly one in particular in Stage 3. So I do like how this was routed. Blackie and Cypher, I think, did the legwork for the most part, way back when. And the route held up really well. They had the record for like 5 years before Swordsman Kirby and before Key took it. Ooh, wow, I'm glad whatever, that worked out. I had an extra life there for some reason. There's no RNG. Okay.
That's fine.
So this room is one of the worst rooms. Although that guy's helping us out. Usually he doesn't kill his friend. Usually he's pretty loyal, but we'll take the backstabbery for sure.
I'm all about that.
Yeah. Sam. So, ooh, okay. I don't think that cannon's ever hit me before.
Murderers.
Yeah, literally. Oh.
It's mandatory to celebrate a block or two during each run.
Yeah. Sometimes we just raise our hands because we're happy.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be
It's a
kicking the
great
block, but yeah. So this guy coming up is named Firebug. He's also a really decent source of RNG. You really want him to blow fire for a long time. Of course he's not. He's just gonna toss these torches back and forth. These islanders will appear. They throw barrels at like fixed intervals. So you're really on kind of like stuck in this fire blowing animation. That's kind of like the best one to deal with. But not always is the case. You get this one. Okay, I didn't really contribute. I'm sorry, woman. Goof was just kind of standing there.
Yeah, just running around. It's no problem.
Alright, so stage 3 has, I think, like one of the more tense parts. I wouldn't say tense. There's a couple rooms that like Cat's kind of left alone in that are decent in terms of, I guess, like the difficulty in learning this. There's one in particular where there's like an item transfer that is kind of scary, but it's technically not that bad.
No.
Once we kind of figure it out. Well, it's not that bad because I don't do it, so. Okay, I gotta die one extra time here. Oh, I gotta die.
Ah, sorry.
Okay, we're good. Oh, shoot, I didn't have to die. So now
See?
we gotta die a lot.
The funny part is that I remember the goofy route better than him, which, and that's not supposed to happen. So please
Right.
die 100 times now.
Yeah, you can... Here, we'll contribute to the bomb. Okay, cannon.
You're confusing the cannon, like.
That's okay. Yeah, we were supposed to take it. Okay, now we die. So, death route was correct. Sword, please. Alright, I'll poke this guy. He'll
Yeah.
have health. So, this is one of the rooms that's kind of a jerk. Depending how these guys like run, it's not that bad, but sometimes
Sometimes it's
it
bad.
can, yeah, sometimes it can get pretty crowded. So you're like spelling like Poen here.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell.
Sometimes you screw it up. Right, so you see this is probably like one of the more scary item transfers. I do like how this one is. Alright, buddy. You can just kill your friend. It's fine. So I come back in like a matter of seconds, and then we hook that guy.
Wow.
Wow, I was right.
They said no.
Yeah,
Well, you can
literally
keep-
all of them. Okay. Here, wait. It's probably smarter just resetting it.
I've never seen him like literally stand in front of the door, like in the exact middle of the door. That never happens.
Yeah.
It's
no,
one of
course
those
not.
moments in like every marathon. That never happened before. Never seen that
Yeah,
happen
no.
before. Like, but it's true.
Literally.
Sometimes they are jerkish, but like in a manageable manner. And him literally standing right in front of the door doesn't let me do anything.
No, like it's literally never happened before. Hey, we can spell it. Nope, that's right. Hulk is right.
Alright. That's probably
Yeah.
what my brain wants to do there.
Alright, so the cannons are usually drunk when we enter. Sometimes they're not.
But it's a constant of every cannon in this game, really.
Yeah, that's very true.
Sometimes they're fast, sometimes they're slow, sometimes they don't care about you. Like, it's pretty random.
Alright, that actually worked out well. Okay, so the skeletons are also kind of painful. But they're, I think, like the most manageable boss in this entire run. They jump back and forth, but they usually throw bones, I guess. I don't know what these are. Like their intestinal tracts or something. I'm not
Sorry.
Sure. I don't know. They're like reached into their guts, but they don't really have guts to throw.
Well, probably they have
Okay.
a pair of like extra bones here and there. It doesn't look like an intestinal tract to me, dude. Like,
Okay.
an expert
maybe they're
in
not
human
then.
anatomy, but that's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was gonna not do that. Okay. So anyway.
This suit has been
oh,
doing nothing but jumping, so it's been quite the pain.
Okay, wait. Keep that one. That was actually pretty good. So when they get to a specific amount of health, oh wow. Okay, we'll take that. I was gonna say when they take, like when they get to a specific amount of health, they throw their head. But they were actually pretty generous with throwing their bones around, so that was actually a fairly decent split, or would have probably been a fairly decent skeleton fight anyway. Okay, you do have a heart. Okay. Act 4 sucks, to say the least. I missed the frog,
Wow, everybody heal me.
and this guy's not throwing a barrel.
Really?
Okay, frog, please. So, as I was saying, Act 4 sucks. It
Yeah,
sucks
we were
because there's
done.
actually... No, there's actually a lot of RNG in Act 4 in a couple of rooms. The frog room is actually really annoying. There's a couple rooms upcoming. There's probably one of the worst rooms of RNG in the entire game. There's like a room with these like 4 random guys and they just walk around with blocks. Easily probably one of the hardest. Okay. Ironically, I think casually this is like one of the harder puzzles to figure out. Like I remember when Kat and
Yeah,
I
I
played
think
through this
so.
casually. This is like the first real puzzle that we had to think about for a little bit.
Yeah, because it's probably the first one that involves those like mind things, whatever.
Yeah. You want? Okay, I guess it's like frames. I'm sorry. Whatever, you got cherries there. That worked out in the end. Okay, they actually cooperated. So not this room, but the next room is like literally probably one of the worst rooms in the entire run. Next to maybe this room in Act 5 with the bell. But in particular, oops. This room upcoming is literally one of the worst. These guys, you can manipulate the first few. Okay, we got pretty lucky. That's literally perfect. So, but sometimes they can just walk around and they can be like real jerks about it. And there's a lot of runs that in theory die on that particular screen because that room is very random in their movement. And if this was like any kind of like charity run or anything like that, this boss coming up absolutely sucks. He sucks in co-op, he sucks in solo even more, and he sucks because he's just kind of, he takes so long. There's just not a really good way, like there's not a really good way to kill him fast because every cycle, I think it's like 11 seconds or something like that. So you'll see like the screen will shake and then a bunch of rocks will fall, and where the rocks fall is random. And then where they come out is random, but it takes about 11 seconds like per cycle. So I think there's like 4 cycles where there's 1 worm and then 2 worms come out. Yo, thanks, Junie. But then, yeah, like this boss is so slow. The rest of the run is, I think, very fast and decently paced, but this is like probably my only complaint about Goof Troop is this particular boss. There's just not a fast way. Okay, I'll just keep holding this rock apparently.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that.
No. Literally 0 for 4. Alright, so now there's going to be a second caterpillar worm or whatever that comes out. If you miss like throwing a rock, if you throw it too fast, they have like invincibility frames kind of active at like the beginning of their animation, or if you just like completely miss it. Again, like the time loss is like 11 seconds or something per cycle, so it's a pretty stupid boss. Okay, let's take my death here. It's either the last cycle or one more. Last one. Yeah, no, solo they suck.
Yeah,
they
twice
definitely
as
suck.
bad, basically.
Yeah, no, I run solo. Actually, Kat recently ran solo too, but they definitely suck in solo, that's for sure. They just take forever. Okay, so Act 5 has a lot going on. I think it's arguably like one of the harder screens. Not this. Oh, okay, whatever. I missed the barrel. It's fine. He tried though. Gotta give him credit. So Act 5 has a lot of stuff going on. It has a lot of RNG. It has a lot of like harder screens. At the very end, there's actually a sub-pixel skip that Kat will go for. It saves about like 40 seconds or something like that. It completely cuts out having to go around and get a key. And it's actually really cool. We do like it. So this room in here is one of the worst for RNG. I think you can just ring the bell. I don't think he's gonna cooperate.
He literally ignored me.
Yeah. So how they run in front of the cannons, the first guy that she just killed, is completely RNG. Sometimes it just cycles terribly. It's a thing sometimes. Whoa, 3 of them. This room is RNG partially. The red guy doesn't respond to the bell. The green guy is kind of fast. He was moving all over the place there. So sometimes the red guy just like walks off into the corner and you can't throw barrels at him. So that room is also great. Okay. And then we have Pete coming up at the end too, which is terrible. Wait, there's a frame perfect. Ah.
Yeah, please showcase that, like, for the sake of everyone else.
There's technically one frame where it looks like Goofy is scratching his butt, so we'll try to get it. But, I mean, it's an important thing to show off.
Of course, dude.
Whatever. The Goof Troop tech. Okay, so there's a skip here, which is sub-pixel. Okay, good job. So that literally saves like 40 seconds. Very good. I feel like getting that. That was basically as first try as you can get. This also can suck. You have a multi-directional platform. Okay, cool. That actually went pretty good too.
Yep.
No. So it's actually a pretty good Act 5.
Pete probably disagrees with your statement.
Yeah, people
We'll
wreck
make
it.
us pay, yeah.
Yeah, no, Kat's really good at that skip. I think she's failed it like literally twice out of all of her attempts. So you can definitely count on her. Okay, so Pete is coming up literally without a doubt the worst boss in the entire game. Not because he's hard, but just because he's like so RNG centric. So he can spawn bombs. If he's on the floor, I think I've seen him spawn as high as 8, but usually 7 bombs. If he jumps on the platforms, he'll get kind of like locked. Okay, that was actually not a bad start. He'll kind of get locked into throwing like 2 or 3. He can spawn 2 guys, he can jump back and forth like this. He jumps a lot. He can shoot a hook thing, he can shoot a gun. So he's got a lot of patterns, but you really only want him to spawn bombs, and you can see why already this is a problem. Sometimes he just feels like being a grasshopper. So, okay, that was actually a pretty good string as well. Please, Pete. Actually, this is not terrible. Can I get it? Oh, shoot, almost. Actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
I have to get rid of that one. I'm an idiot.
Another one, apparently.
Look, 1 bomb left. It's gonna kill Pete. We just had to throw it over there. Watch, 1. It's gonna kill him. I knew it! Damn it. Well, whatever. Okay, that's time. But yeah, that's Goof Troop. Very cool run. Co-op, it's amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed that, but 100% if you have a buddy or something like that, it's the one to learn. There's really, I think, like 4 screams or something like that, where Goofy is useless. Otherwise, Goofy is always helping Max, and Max is always helping Goofy. So yeah, that's definitely, I guess, all there is to that. Yeah, thank you guys. Want to say anything?
No, we can
What
refill.
was even?
What?
What was even the time to be
1950
actually?
on my end.
1950. That's not bad. That's
Underestimate,
actually not
which is great, because like 20 minutes for a marathon run is madness too.
bad. Yeah,
That's-
like we.
For our standards, anyway.
Okay, not even we. It was only me that
Yes,
said 20 minutes.
I never
is an
agreed on
estimate.
that. Yes, I never agreed on that.
Yeah. Our PB is 1905, but to be fair, like we're actually consistent. What makes it not consistent is the RNG. So